Hi, this is Kim. This is my channel that Kim Can't Stop Crafting. I'm going to show you a project today using the Homer's Diner paper from Country Craft Creations. I love this collection. It's super cute. And I actually had a tutorial on the book that I'm going to show you. And when I did the tutorial, I made a second book to show how to do the construction. And so I had a book laying around with ready to go and ready to decorate, so I went ahead and used the Homer's Diner paper. So I will link the tutorial for this book down in the description box if you are interested. So today this is basically a walkthrough, and then I made a corresponding tag that I will show you, and then I'll just do it. I have the materials for one more tag, so I'll just put that together real quick on camera for you. So this book, it's a trifold, and it's 5.5 by 9, and it is 1.5 for the spine and depth. So I did just use a lot of the paper and didn't want to go into doing a lot of decorating because it is kind of a busy paper. However, I have to do something. So what I did is on this page I popped up a lot of the elements here so that it stood out. So when you see it in person, it's got a 3D effect. You probably can't get that feel on camera, but you can see that I have popped things up. So this are popped up. These are actually up higher than the other one. So it was a thicker foam square. And then I just cut this out from a cut apart and mounted it on black and white check paper and put a little black and white bow. This was the end of an old-time clock, and it had those round little pieces at the end of the metal. So I just put the flat back pearls on there to kind of represent that. So then everything on this table is popped up. The ketchup and mustard thing is actually up higher than the other one, so again, for dimension and to make it look a little bit more interesting. Every little detail counts. On the Sunday, I put a little red flat back pearl as the cherry top. The chairs are all popped up also, so I cut out a second layer and popped them up, and then I put little bows on the stool just because I thought that looked kind of cute. And then this Homer's Diner came from my cutout too, and I just glued it on each stool here, so that is lifted up also. So when you look at it from this view, you can tell that everything is popped up. Okay. The closure is just a loose ribbon. I love the black and white check, and because the paper had black and white here on the tabletop, I decided this would be perfect, and I didn't attach it. So on the side then I have paper with matting on it, and the back I just left plain. So in the other book that I made, I opened it to the left. This one is going to open to the right. And so when you open it, I put a belly band with a stopper, and I did just try and use a lot of the elements and cut things out. It's like this clock wasn't a part of this paper, but I thought it looked cute up there. Frozen snow cones I matted on black. This is one of the this is actually, was it from a cut apart or was it just maybe from the paper as a stopper? And then I didn't put anything here because when I put this in, what is going on here? There we go. When you put that in and it goes here, I also have a cutout and I put it in the front, so I didn't think it really needed anything. If I did go back and put something, it would just be one on each end here. So then on this side, these are just flip pages. So I glued this on the corner on two sides so that it could be a tuck spot, and so I just matted one of I cut out a piece of the paper and matted it on black. It wasn't a cut apart, I just liked the paper, and I just stuck that in there. And then this opens, and this is pretty busy, left that the way it was. This is actually the paper I chose with the cutout, and I bumped this up. I didn't bump it up. I glued one side so that you could stick a picture or a journaling spot right there. On the other side, again, kind of busy paper. This is what I cut out for the front page on the chairs. And then I left this plain because I love it. And so I guess I could turn this into a pocket. I didn't think about that, but We'll see if I go back and fix that. I don't know, but that would be smart to make that a pocket. So then this goes over one more time. This is a magnetic closure. I did put a rectangular picture on the edge here to make it easier to get the flap open. You can tell I really like this page. This is basically for a bookmark of some sort, so I just put in a black one because it's kind of loud paper. I just wanted to calm it down a little bit, so I did go through and put a little bit more black in. This is then a pocket. I have one cut apart, and then I just put 2 pieces of black matte paper for pictures. And again, it kind of helps mellow this out a little bit, but I do like the pattern a lot. Okay, and then that, like I said, is a magnetic closure. On this page then, this is actually glued down, and I cut out, I fussy cut a jukebox, and I left it open so you could tuck the picture inside. This is also left open at the top so you can stick something inside, but I used 2 different types of paper, and then I put this record paper as a border. So when I made this book, I actually made this spine a little bit thinner, just a hair, so that it would lay a little bit nicer. So then when this opens, I love these little, I don't know if they're resin or acrylic, they're little records. And I wanted, that's the reason why I'm going to make 2 tags, is I had 2 left of these. So this is just a cut apart. Take these out, and that's what keeps this flap down. And it says do the twist. I do have that matted on like the same color, the linen cardstock from Country Craft Creations. And then this is for a picture. It's not, did I glue that in? I certainly did. But you could tuck something underneath here because that's open, probably the picture. And then I just put in this cut apart. You could put in a lot more, but then like I said, this is just used to keep that flap closed. You could do a tie closure or, you know, magnet or whatever. So then the reason why I originally made this album in the first place is I had purchased some dies to make a little booklet from Country Craft Creations, and those dies I thought would make a great waterfall, and it does. So I just put a little bow up here in the corner, and there's one of those records so that it's kind of easy to flap up. It is got a little bit of weight to it, so it kind of helps keep that down also. Nothing is on the backs here. I thought either journaling or a rectangular picture, but this was a great way to showcase this adorable paper. And then the back one. So this is also a pocket, and so on the side here I just matted some of the cutouts again. Come on. That is just so cute. Oh, upside down. And that would fit a lot more too. I just happened to put those 2 in there. All right, so if I were to gift this and I put it in an adorable like 50s type bag, or if I made one myself, I would want some sort of tag. And so I did make a tag. Now because this is popped up, it's also kind of easier to tie because it kind of just rests right underneath here. And I'm not the world's best bow tire, so I struggle with it for some reason, even though I've been tying my shoes for how many years. Yeah, I'm just not very good at it. So let me put that aside and let me show you the tag. I make a lot of tags, and I haven't made one in quite a while. And it was hard for me because usually I like a real frilly tag, and I add a ton of flowers and charms and all sorts of lace and stuff. But this one, this theme didn't work for that. So I just put, I always start with chipboard, and then I covered it with, this is My Colors cardstock. It was called Navajo, and I matted the tag with that and some of the cut apart, like this one right here. I put the skating border on top of the black and white check paper. I again popped this up so there's dimension on this drive-in, and then I put the record on top because I wanted another one. And I do have one more record, and just put a real small, more flat flower arrangement here on the left-hand side. Nothing frilly down here. This is just really basic. Okay, so I thought I would just kind of go through the construction of another tag that's going to be almost identical, just so you can see how fast and easy you can make one of these. So I just used scrap chipboard, and this one happened to be, I think, it was about 3 by 5 and 3/4. So I start with that. I do have a punch that I use to angle the corners just so that they're consistent. That's this one, the We Are Memory Keepers, the angle. So I did already cut that. I don't cut a hole until after I've matted the paper. So I cut out 2 of the turquoise, the Navajo paper, one for the front and one for the back. I always cover the back of my tags. Oop, I need to get rid of that. But that's, yep, Navajo is what it's called. So I do ink my tags also on the edge. I'm going to ink this. It's important for me when I do the sides because it kind of covers up the side of that chipboard. So this will be my back piece. So I don't know why, but instead of using art glitter glue, I have always used this Yoo-Hoo stick, this glue on chipboard for my tags. I don't know why. I do it just for the tags, but I think it's the best glue stick out there. And when I first started using this glue stick, it was my cousin who, she teaches classes on making albums and stuff. She only uses this for everything, but she said, you know, once you put the glue on the back or on the chipboard, just kind of let, you know, take your time and let it sit for a second. That kind of lets it, I don't know, get gooier and it will have a better stick. That's what she told me anyway. And so you kind of have time to look to see how you want to, you can like go get your paper ready or whatever. Now it's okay if you see just a little bit of the chipboard because we go through with ink. It does do a good job of covering up if it's just a hair off size-wise. So like when I look at this, I can see a little bit of chipboard right here, and you probably can too. This is the back, so it doesn't bother me as much, but we are going to cover that up with inking. So then just make sure you adhere that. Burnish it so it lays flat. And so now you're going to go ahead and do the corners for this piece. Okay, so there's that. And now we'll do the other side. They have colored Yoo-Hoo sticks too. I think I'm pretty sure I saw them at Country Craft Creations in the actual store. She has a store now in Utah and has unbelievable stuff in there. And you guys, it's decorated so cute. For the holidays, the Christmas was absolutely gorgeous. Halloween, she had it. You need to go in just to see how it's decorated. It's really a very cute store. Lots of fun stuff. Where I live, so many of the scrapbook stores have closed, and so it's nice to know that she opened up an actual storefront, and it's a good one. You'll love going in there and seeing what she has. But it's in I think Hooper, or is it Ogden? I don't know. You have to look it up. All right. So again, I'm going to lay this right on top here. And with this glue stick, you do have a little bit of wiggle room for time. And I just use my hands on the side and on the top to kind of get it lined up correctly. Okay, and then at this point, go ahead and cut the angled corners on this side now also. So at this point, I'm going to use the peacock feathers to ink my edges. And you probably don't even notice the inking that much on the front, you know, on the edges, but on the edges with the chipboard, you do notice. So that's why it's important that I ink. And this is the oxide, and so I think it sticks better. So you can see you don't really notice that chipboard as much because it's now the color of peacock feathers. Okay, go around the edge here. And then also do the back. This is where you can write the to from, write a message, put the date that you made it, sign it, that type of thing. Oh, I'm getting little peacock feathers on my hand. Okay, so there's that. So then at this point you want to put on some of your pattern paper. I did like that black and white check, which is on the other side of that paper. So I cut it 1/8 inch smaller, so you just see a little bit of the border. Sometimes I like a little bit more of a border. Actually, I think I'm going to trim this just a hair because I didn't think there was much of a border. Just a hair. Which is now going to affect one of the things I already cut out. Yep, and just a little bit at the top. Okay, so on this one you do cut the angled corner first before you adhere it because it's smaller than the tag. I did go ahead and ink the edges of this one also. And so, yes, now I'm going to switch to art glitter glue. I don't know why I do it that way, I just do. So let's adhere that. And sometimes I actually decorate the back with pattern paper and stuff too, but on this one I'm just going to leave it plain so you have, I'm assuming I'm going to use that as a gift tag of some sort. I did make also, using the Homer's Diner paper, an adorable planner, traveler's notebooks and stuff. But I'm not going to gift that away. I'm using it actually. I love it. But I could make another one. My problem is sometimes when I make this stuff and I'm going to give it away as a gift, I think, oh, I kind of like it. Maybe I should keep it. The problem is you can only keep so much. But I do have quite a few books, let me tell you. And they're just basically artwork because they're just on a shelf, several shelves. I do need to, I've been giving them away as gifts, but I should probably just try and, I don't know. Okay, so at this point, this is where I'm going to probably come into an issue. Not really. I'm actually, so I have the record border strip this time, and I matted it on that aqua paper. I may bump this one up. I'm going to use, I did not on the other one, but I think that would be a good, good thing to do for this. Now, I'm using these foam dots, and don't waste this. Like, I've taken out the foam dots, but that's still sticky, all this. So I'm going to use that in the center. I say that, but I can't get the stupid backing off. Come on, there we go. So yes, do not waste that. And so now I'll just put a dot on the ends. I do like you go into the four corners though. These are hard for me to get out. I don't know where I got these. The ones from Country Craft Creations are way better, but sometimes you got to use up your stash. Get rid of the old stuff that you used to buy, and once you realize there's better stuff out there, you don't always go back and use the old stuff. So come on, there we go. Okay, so then we're just going to go ahead and lay this near the bottom. I still want to see some of that black and white check though, and so I'm going to take the backing off, and usually I still give it a little dot of art glitter glue just to make sure that it stays real well, because that art glitter glue is some good stuff. Okay. Just a little bit, you don't need much. Okay, and like I said, I want to see some of that black and white still. And it looks pretty even. All right, so then the next thing, I decided on which cut apart I wanted. Now when I make my tags, I usually have something coming off. I don't just leave it confined to the tag. I like things to hang off the edge a little bit. So that's where these cut aparts are kind of nice. I thought that Sunday was really cute. Now some of it is going to get covered up because if you notice on this tag, I do have something kind of layered at an angle on top. So I do like to layer things. And so this one is a roadside diner one. So it does kind of, maybe I should pop this up on top of this just to make it different. Maybe just put this a little bit lower so that you can see more of the sundae. I don't know, I'll have to see. I'm getting ahead of myself. I do want to cut the hole before I forget. So I'm going to use my Crop-A-Dile and I'm going to eyeball it. If it's 3 inches, I know that it's going to be about 3.5. The halfway is 1.5, but I eyeball. Now I am going to put an eyelet in here just because I have them out. I am the world's worst eyelet setter. I don't know why. I don't know what I do wrong. Who knows? Come on. So you would think it'd be easy. I don't know if I have the setting wrong on my, I have changed it to everything. I don't know. I just am not good at it. So there's a white one on the front, and then on the back there's this little round circle piece to make it look more finished, and this is where I screw up. So let's see, which one do I have it on? Maybe the last one I kind of didn't turn out nice and neat, so maybe I'm going to try a different. Let me just try this one. I don't know. Okay, so then you place, nope, I knew if I turned that upside down that would happen. Oh my goodness. Come on, cooperate with me. There we go. So you put the stem part on the front. Oh my. I need one more hand. Okay, and then I'm going to give it a push. Yeah, still looks, it looks pretty tacky. I don't know. You guys, I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe everybody has the same issue. I don't know. So there's the back. I mean, I guess it kind of looks like a flower, so I guess it's okay. Okay. Now, I think people like getting these kind of tags as a gift tag or even as a card, because then they can hang it on like the edge of a frame. They can reuse it if they want to. Just leave it out as decoration next to the gift you gave them. Yeah, that's what I think. Okay, so now it is time to, I got to decide how I want to arrange this. I really want to see those ice cream. And you know what? I have flat back little pink or little red flat backs jewels. I'm going to put that on there. I don't have them out and handy, but I'm going to go back and do that. So do I still want to do it like this so that you only see 2 of the sundaes? I feel like because this one's popped up, this should be down and this one should be up. Let's see. No, well, does that look all right? I don't like that. Maybe angle that and make that straight, but nope. Listen to me talk to myself. Okay, maybe if I make it come off a little bit more, maybe I'll do that, and then I can still maybe see that cherry that I can. Yeah, let's go for it. All right, I'll make it work. Now I also made this work. So I had cut this paper by mistake and I thought, oh, what a waste, but I still glued it to mat this, and right here, is that where it was? You could see where it's cut. Just, it's blurry when I get close, but you can see just a little bit of a cut, but it's going to be covered with a flower or something, so it didn't bother me that it was not a perfect piece of paper. Oh, I'm so dumb. I don't want glue on this whole thing. Kind of was talking and not paying attention because it's going to be hanging off there. So let's see if I can make this work. All right, perfect. Not really, but okay. So then I'm going to angle this. Do I need to angle it more? People, what do I do? I want to see that ice cream. Maybe I'll just do it like this and have it hang off a little bit there. I'll make it look right in the end. All right, so here I'm going to use more pop dots, but because it's going to hang off the side here, I got to remember, don't put pop dots on this side. So let's go ahead and put a couple on. And this takes me a while to get these stupid things out. That's why I like the ones from Country Craft Creations. They don't have that. I don't have that issue because they're just individual. They don't have this other matting, the border around the pop dot thingies. But hers are square. But I still, and they are black and white. I think she has white ones too. I don't know. I haven't ordered them for a while, which I need to because these are a pain. I think I need one more. All right, let's make this work. Take off the backing. All right, and I want to see the cherry. And I didn't put any glue on the back of my pop dots because I wasn't paying attention. I was focusing too much on this little cherry and I still covered it up a little bit. Whatever. Okay, what at this point? Okay, so then I do want to use this other record. That's why I'm making a second tag. So I can put it off to the side here. Maybe down here. Nope, it needs to go up high. So I'm going to do it right here. And so I'll put glue just on half of it. I love these. I wish I could find where I got them and get some more. I think they're adorable. So just to the side here. Don't want to cover up any of the letters. Just let that sit and dry. Even though this isn't really, I chose flatter flowers because I do feel like it needs something here. So I went and looked at my flat flowers and I used 3 colors. Look at how perfect that matches. So I'll tuck that. Have a little sparkly one. Then I have a lighter colored one. Maybe, and then one right there. So let me bring that up close. So something similar. Once you take it off and glue it, it usually turns out a little bit different. Maybe I need to make it more angled. Let's see. Let's have this coming off. Tuck that one a little bit more. Nope, it doesn't look right. Maybe I need to put one right there. I think I do. Let's try moving this one up top. You guys, this is what I do every time I work with flowers. It's ridiculous. That black one kind of gets lost. But you really should use an odd amount of flowers. Maybe I just need 3. Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay. Now do I want, yeah, I want that. Do I want to put this here? Is that too much? Right here? Yeah, too much. Okay. So let's start gluing. Oh, my glue is clogged. should have put the pin back in, but okay. Don't need much, just put some in the center here. Now, which one do I want to show the most? I think I kind of want the pink to show the most. No? No, maybe I don't. Oh, whatever. Just put it down, Kim. All right. Don't overthink it so much. And this flower was kind of wonky in the package. Let me trim this. It's not really like perfectly round. It's like there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so now here and here. Maybe does this need to go up higher? No, stop, Kim. Okay. All right, and one more. All right. Actually, I've got this flower, so why don't I just put it in the back. If I write on the back, then it'll be something cute to look at. Okay. All right. Time for the ribbon at the top. You can do a loop. Oftentimes I don't do that till I'm ready to hang it. So I'm just going to put the two pieces on. Again, I think, how did I get this to match this so well? It matches like perfectly right there. So I'll stick this one through. Make sure it's even here. I've cut too much, but that's okay. And then the black and white looks really good with this. And you guys, I have to cut more because my fingers, they just don't want to tie like they're supposed to. So I probably waste more than I need to, but if it's easier in the end, I'm all for it. Let's see. And tighten it. And then your bow. And I'm going to pull it a little bit tighter. I think the bow's too big. Now sometimes when I'm doing this, I end up like gluing, like I would put a little dab of glue and kind of lift that up. Maybe I will do that a little bit. It's still a little bit too long. But I think I'm going to put a dab of glue on the sign and lay a piece of the bow on there. Just put a dot. And then kind of put a dot here and then make a little, don't put it down flat, kind of give it a little bit of some slack. I don't know if I like that, but I'm going to leave it. Maybe it's just because it's too long. I don't know. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and trim these. Some people trim the angles at a different, like I would, this to me is the right direction, the angle. I've seen other people angle it the opposite direction. And then spread this a little bit. There we go. All right, so now I have two cute tags. Let me show you everything side by side. I'm probably going to spend more time making tags today. To me, they turn out super cute and they go pretty fast. All right, let's take a look. Let me get my stuff out of the way. So here are the two tags. And move those to the side. And the book. How adorable. All right, like I said, I will link the, I'll put the link for this tutorial for this trifold folio in the description box, and check out Homer's Diner, you guys. You're going to love this paper at countrycraftcreations.com. All right, everybody, so long.